welcome to my YouTube channel. Ooh, I gotta put the chat room in there. I hope you find your way here soon. I'm Diane Lupo of Inner Voice Reiki, and tonight we're doing live on questions and answers, whatever it is you want to ask. Isn't that going to be exciting? And it could be anything. World issues, murder mysteries, what did my dream mean? But I'll use the cards for everything, so we'll see what goes on. If you are joining me for the very first time, hey, KC! How are you? Susan Crook, you are here. I feel like Susan Crook is in the house. I got to get some kind of jam going on that one. Susan Crook is in the house. Whoa, I hope you are feeling better. And Miss Bernadette. Hello, my lovely, beautiful Bernadette. And the lovely ladies. How's the house hunting going? Still in bed with the cold. Oh, geez. You know, my son just called earlier today and, hi, Mom, I can't wait to come home. So evidently it went through the band, and the singer actually canceled last night because she had the throat and the nose and the head, and now evidently they just have one night to get through tonight. So I've been sending him energy. You usually miss the beginning, but this is very weird. I was on time for Facebook. I think it was the very first time. I went on like right at 8 o'clock and I got off right at 8:30. I did have a problem coming on YouTube. Neither of my cameras worked, so I had to shut everything down. Just doing it old school, me again. Well, I had to tell you, old school, it's me again too. So we're all here. We're all in the same boat. I was telling the people over on Facebook how, you know, I'm at the age now where we go down to the marina and we watch the people on the boats and on the jet skis. We're not the doers anymore. You know, like in our early days, our younger days, we were the ones out there, reckless abandonment. Then we did things, but we were very careful. Now it's like, we'll just watch. We'll watch from the sidelines. So, yeah, introduce yourselves to each other, because I got to tell you, yeah, and if write in where you're from so everybody knows. Like Bernadette's from Rhode Island. Casey, I'm not sure where you're from. Susan Crook is from New Zealand, and she's the first person. And I've been to as far as Scandinavia. We were in Denmark and that neck of the woods. But I never got to Australia yet. Haven't gotten there yet, and to that in New Zealand, and I want to go to Iceland, and I like those remote places. I did want to go to Tahiti, but after my son told me how long of a boat ride it was, I said, yeah, forget that, and I don't even want to fly there. There's too much space between land, so, and Alaska, and so I love meeting all you guys. So Susan Crook is from New Zealand, Bernie from Rhode Island. Just doing it old school. I forgot where you're from. You did say it, I think, the last time. Casey, whatever comes out. Okay, you were the first one on, so I'm going to read for Casey. Ooh, Susan, that's a good question. St. Louis. Missouri, right? St. Louis, Missouri. I worked there. I spent a lot of time in Missouri back in my 20s when I traveled with my show band. We worked in St. Louis, Columbia, Joplin, Kansas City. There was another small town where we never paid for one meal. They invited us to barbecue. Every night we went someplace else to eat. Friendliest people there in Missouri. And, okay, let's see. KC from the Midwest. Okay. It is 12:39 in the afternoon on Sunday. Oh, so you are in the summer solstice now. Or for you, that you're still in winter. I'm not sure how that works. But for us, it's the first day of summer tomorrow. And it's a great day, Susan, to manifest the new energy. Bring in that new energy. So, let's pay attention to that. Bring it in. Okay, so I'm going to read for Casey. Let's see. And then you guys write in a question, whatever you have, and I'll scroll around. Ooh, Casey, opportunity. Maybe he's the opportunity, not too bad. The Knight of Cups there, opportunity coming in. I love that. I love these cards. These are, I love the colors. Knight of Cups. He's high up on the horse. He's holding that. This is an opportunity that is not like an earthly, like a friend of a friend or somebody. This is from the divine. He's holding that cup up to the heavens. And that's going to be an unexpected opportunity coming your way. Holy smokes. And guess what's after it? The Ace of Pentacles. So money, prosperity, abundance, earthly needs are being met in an unexpected way, Casey. Ooh, and the Hierophant. So I don't know if you've been doing some heavy duty praying, or you're about to make a very strong commitment in your life. But these three cards are telling me you are on a trajectory for some big success in life. So be open to it, claim it, and say, yes, I am here to receive. All right. So, boy, you said whatever comes out. That was good. All right. I'm going to scroll down now while everything's still working. You know how sometimes I say I record and then I have to come back on because I realized it was on private or it was on unlisted? I figured out why that's been happening. Because, all right, got lipstick all over my nose? Yeah. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Here we go. I don't drink. This is what happens, especially this time of night. I just kind of lose my mind. So I forgot what I was talking about. So let's just forget that. Whatever it was, I have no idea. I went to another planet. All right. So can you pick up any messages from my biological parents? Well, this is interesting because I have read for adopted people, and I actually had one client who had no idea what happened, and then we found out through the cards, and then within 2 years, I'd say, she found out for real what happened. And boy, the cards were telling us what the story. I just maybe wasn't interpreting it as clearly as I could have, but enough so that she couldn't deny that she was told about her parents. So Susan Crook's biological parents. I'm going to use this same deck because it's like an old world deck. Susan Crook's biological parents. Let's put another spin on that. What do Susan Crook's biological parents have to say to Susan right now? I am asking my guides to talk to her guides, to talk to their guides. See, on Saturday night on my channel, three-way, it has a whole other meaning. Don't spit out your drink, Bernadette. Okay, the Hanged Man. Reversed. You know, they were in a difficult situation. And at that time, in where they lived, they did what they felt could set them free. So they could live a normal life. Yeah. It was horribly, horribly painful for them. But they knew that the ending with them would be a beautiful new beginning for you. So they knew they only wanted the best for you. I feel a lot of love here, Susan. This was not, I don't want this child. It was the times. It was the stigma. Seven of Pentacles. Your father, your birth father, I feel is around you a lot, like has tried to help you in the past and is still helping you. And I feel that this 7, like there's a strong connection with your birth parents and you right now, because that 7 is heaven, earth. I feel like there's a very strong connection, and they do, yeah, look, it was hard for them. They were brokenhearted. They were brokenhearted. Oh, but then everything worked. They knew that what they did was the right thing. They knew what they did was the right thing. And they just wanted you to shine. They just wanted you to shine. Oh, what a beautiful, oh, look at that, 5 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like it was their parents who, there was a lot of struggle around that decision, but it was something that at the time they had to do. Ooh, I hope that brings you a little peace, because they're very, very, there's so much love around you, and they are around you. So that's exciting. Okay. That is exciting. All right. Did I miss anybody in the beginning? I got KC, Susan, Ruby, Camellia. Thanks for asking, Ruby. I am pretty good. You might not think so by the way I'm acting, but yeah, I'm pretty good. We have a lot of people coming in this week, so we've been busy shopping and cleaning and doing the yard and shopping, more shopping, cooking, baking, all the good stuff. Ruby, how are things gonna seem like with the suitor who knocks the door in a traditional style? Who knocks the door in a traditional style? I feel like I have to go to a different deck. I'm going to pull out my red Ruby deck for Ruby. My red deck for Ruby. That's an interesting question. See, I can relax here a little bit because I'm not under the time crunch. I don't want to keep you guys here forever. But and feel free to talk amongst yourselves. And make sure if you haven't yet, you subscribe, or if you're just listening and you're not in the chat, subscribe and join us in the chat. We'd love to have you join. We love meeting new people from all different places, and it's a great resource of people who can send you good vibes, and that's what it's all about. I did post on my Facebook page, and I don't think I've posted on YouTube yet, but I will be doing 4 weeks in July, every Monday night for 4 consecutive weeks, a Zoom class called Elevate. And it's going to be a way to, because it was so crazy. I was thinking, gee, I teach Reiki, I teach energy, I teach breathing, I teach manifestation classes, but what can I do that is like for anybody? Like they don't have to be into it. And then I had a dream last night. Part of that dream I had was they gave me the whole course pretty much. And so I got up and I was typing for a couple hours this morning, and I said, all right, I'll do another Zoom class. So it'll be 4 weeks, about 1 hour a week on Zoom, Monday nights, and it will be all ways to bring in new habits, heighten your intuition, strengthen your spirituality, teach you about divination, doing meditations, doing manifestations, but in a very pragmatic way, so that each week you should feel some progress in how you're approaching situations and how you're vibing, and that should elevate your frequency. And that's what I intend to do for all of us, so if I have to check in, then you check in, then we all check in on each other. We got a better shot at being successful with everything we do. So it will be $44 for the 4 weeks. All 4 weeks is $44, so it's about $11. It's $11 a class, and that's it. So check it out. You reach me via my email, dianelupo444@gmail.com. Now, Ruby, the suitor who knocks the door in a traditional style. All right, I'm going to cut That's what I forgot. We've got the camera here so you can see. And let me do cards. Can you guys see the red line that's going through here? It says 1488px. Tell me about the suitor. Well, 9 of Wands, but it's reversed. If it were upright, I'd say never give up. There's a little struggle with him. There's something about him. But I feel like he's been through a tough time already. The moon. Okay. Full moon is about in another week. So I feel the moon is important. If he's not a Pisces, because this is Pisces, and we're not in the month of March, I would say he's someone who's a deep thinker. He's someone who's very introspective. He's not going to make you really happy right away, though, because there's the 10 of Cups reversed. However, there is a coming back. It's like he comes back. It's like maybe you have a bad first date, and then he comes back. And then what happens? Is this someone you've known for a while? And because that would make sense then. 8 of Swords. Oh, they're telling you to go for it, though. Don't be afraid. You're not stuck. Have the confidence. If that's what you need, if it's on your end, have confidence. If not, it's him. He needs a little more confidence. Maybe he's intimidated by your beauty and your brains. Yeah, the 3 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like he's holding back. Okay, I feel like he's afraid, but he's worth hanging in there for. Ruby, he is worth hanging in there for. What's the underlying energy? Knight of Swords. So if he texts you or messages you or emails you or FaceTimes you, that will be interesting because this is about him communicating. But he is a little bit, I don't know if it's shy because he's insecure and that's what the 8 of Swords would mean, or if he's shy because he just got out of a bad relationship and he needs a little more time to heal. Go within, clear the cobwebs out, and then, because he's not ready to give his heart yet, but then it seems to change, and with a little bit of confidence, and he needs a better game plan. Maybe he needs to learn how to knock on the door differently. The last card is the World, and that's everything coming full circle and complete and beautiful balance. So, I would say that is pretty good. That is pretty good, for sure. All right, let's see. I'm changing the scene. I meant to scroll down. You agree with that? And yeah, it is interesting, huh? If you find out anything, let us know. Oh, hi, Denise Thayer. How are you? And Haley Brown, it's Lori. Oh, that's right. What angel sends me the hearts? You're funny tonight. Well, I am known to be funny at times, and I've been known to be very sarcastic. Do you know that when I was a performer, those of you, any of you know who Don Rickles was? I know you young people won't. He was a comedian. Like, he was old for me. Like, he was my parents' age. But he was a comedian. And when I was growing up and I wanted to be an entertainer, my mother used to get Album of the Month Club, and she would get comedy albums, and I would memorize them. And some of them were a little not PG-13. But I didn't even know what they meant because I was playing with Barbie dolls till I was 13. So I didn't even know what half the stuff meant. But the adults thought it was hysterical when I would come down to the cocktail party and entertain the adults. Well, when I was a full-fledged entertainer, I was known for a while as the female Don Rickles because I would just go out and ad-lib with the audience for like a half hour. And sometimes that was brutal to the people, but they came back. So, that's, they came back. So what are you going to do? What angel sends me the hearts? What angel sends Lori the hearts? Which angel sends Lori the hearts? Where are my angel cards? Hold on. Which angel sends Lori the hearts? Which angel sends Lori the hearts? I'm going to do something different because this is what I would do for myself. I would ask the angel cards, which angel is sending Lori Brown those hearts? I'm going to split the deck. And there's the Two of Earth. Do you find them in the ground? Do you find heart rocks shaped like hearts? Archangel Zadkiel. The need for balance, moderation, cooperation, compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Archangel Zadkiel. Now that's not somebody I would have thought. Archangel Zadkiel. Check out Archangel Zadkiel. He does a lot of things with communication, so that would make sense. I don't know the specifics like Raphael and Ariel, but I do know he's about communication. He's about connecting you to source, so that would make sense if he sends you hearts. Encouragement. I feel like he's encouraging you. And you know, with all your other questions, it makes sense. So look up Archangel Zadkiel. Well, maybe I'll do a class on all the angels. That would be fun. Okay. Molly Garrison. Don't you just love that name? You sound like a, Doris Day, Molly Garrison, and Hugh Beaumont. I don't know. I couldn't think of anybody. Molly here. You gave me a reading back in December. We talked about my move to Arizona. Your reading predictions have been right on track. Oh, thank God. And I take a risk when I read these things out loud, but my husband has not yet found a job. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I don't remember your reading. I more than likely read from this deck. Most likely read from this deck. Is anyone else having trouble finding the right words lately? I thought it was the energy, but with the posts I've been reading and all, I said, boy, I'm not alone. So we'll see. We are hoping his current employer will reconsider. Oh, let's see. There's more to the story. Oh, thank you, Bernie. You're so sweet. Yeah, I probably look a lot better than I did the other day. I colored my roots. So now I don't look like I have it looks like I have big bald patches the way the light hits my head. But that's when I have a lot of gray. So I colored the gray. And I always feel so much better. It's so psychological, isn't it? We are hoping his current employer will reconsider on letting him relocate and go fully remote. All right, so I'm going to be looking for orange cards, the wands, the fire cards. I am going to be looking for Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Knights, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups for opportunities. Aces would be great. Three of Wands would be excellent. So let's see what comes up. Molly Garrison's husband. Hello, Elaine. I just mentioned you to Elvira, who I always confuse the two of you. I think I told you that. And how funny. And now Elaine does not sound like Elvira, but that I am dyslexic, so I'll just leave that at that. Everything looks different to me. Molly. Let's see, her husband, Molly Garrison's husband, work. I'm going to do 5, 3, 2, 1 because you have gotten a private reading from me, so I feel like I have permission to go deeper. And, you know, I will do that, just so you know. If you are a client, I will go a little deeper if I can for you. Because it's about permission on my end. I do a lot of talking in my head. And so we'll see. Molly Garrison. Yeah, right now he's upside down right now. It's 6 of Pentacles reversed. It should be like this. And then I go, don't worry about it. I'm still going to say, don't worry about it, because I know the energy has shifted this week. There we go, 4 of Wands. I told you I wanted to see those fire cards. And this, look at this, so much to celebrate. Send gratitude to the divine and the angels for the peace and prosperity coming to you, peace and contentment in your personal life. You're very happy in Arizona. You're going to be even more happy when he has a job and everything's settled. Holy moly. I didn't even say that, Molly. I didn't even say it. But there it is, the 9 of Cups, the magic genie. Tell your husband to stop moping around and stop thinking negative thoughts. Tell him he better enjoy the time off, enjoy Father's Day, because the 9 of Cups is, he's going to get what he asked for. Now, if he's been walking around the house saying, I'm not going to get what I want, nothing's going to happen, guess what? He's going to stay right there like this. Where if he turns that around and saying, I can't wait for this, or write down, Molly, have him write it down, and tomorrow in the solstice energy, burn it at night and let it go into the earth. But let him claim what he wants for a job. He wants to work remotely, whatever it is he wants. He wants this much money, because ask and you will receive. The magic genie is like awesome. Yeah, he's his own worst enemy right now. He's slowing it up. He's slowing it up right now. You got to give him a push. It's going to be up to you to be the Queen of Wands and kick him in the butt. Okay? Tell him, when you do that, just say, I hope this doesn't hurt, but Diane told me how to kick you in the butt. Because you have the 4 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. There's no way he shouldn't be getting what he wants, but he is getting in the way with his stinking thinking. I had to put little post-it notes up in the garage on my husband's dashboard. Everything is always working out for me, because his favorite phrase was like, nothing ever works out. And I said, do you realize what you're doing? You keep manifesting that nothing's working out. And guess what? Nothing has worked out for you, because something happened. The guy died. The girl got cancer. It was god-awful things, too. It wasn't, I'm not making this up. There were terrible things that happened, and I know he was responsible for some of it. Oh, there it is. Oop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. There it is. There it is. I said the Page of Wands. Here he is. News of exciting opportunities, allowing your creativity to soar, doing what you're passionate about, and tell your husband, make sure he finishes what he starts. So before he gets this wonderful job, make sure he's finished up all his little things around the house. I would put him to work tomorrow. So what? It's Father's Day. Yeah. And the Queen of Swords energy is letting go of the past. He's got to let go of the disappointment, okay? Wow. Molly, that's a good one. That is a good one. Elaine, write a question in. I'm not on a time crunch tonight, other than when I'm done I have to bake a bunch of things and get them put in the freezer for company and my son coming home. Do you know my son, I get so excited when he sends me messages. Do you know what he sends me, though? He sends me cooking recipes. Like, you can make this for me when I get home. Now, he doesn't send me videos of how good he looks in his clothes or is playing the drums. No, I get cooking recipes. So, and he has brought into my horizons. Everything's high protein, low fat, so it's good. But the challenge. Elaine, write in a question. Denise, not feeling well. See anything? Okay, everybody, you know what to do. That's Denise Thayer. She is in Rhode Island. I believe still, right, Denise? If not, write it in. And you miss watching Don Rickles on Johnny Carson. Oh my God, that was the best. I just started watching Johnny Carson, those little snippets they put on YouTube, because I've made it one of my, and we're going to do this in that 4-week Elevate class. We're going to find ways to, when we're in a bad mood, what do we do? And one thing I do is I put on anything that will make me laugh. And 2 things currently are those baby Trump memes. They're hilarious. And they're everybody. Joe Biden, it's done. they don't favor it. It's very light. It's very fun. It's not like political heaviness. And the other thing is watching the Johnny Carson reruns, and they take the best of, and it's incredible. Because I learned a lot on that show. This is when I heard Ella Fitzgerald, and when I heard Tony Bennett. So, great singers, and the Beatles, and I mean, he had a lot of people on that Ed Sullivan had on. But that story, Shirley MacLaine was always the best and the worst, because she told it raw and real. And I like that. So I learned, I'm picking up some new tips. All right. Denise. Let's see how Denise, everybody send her energy. Denise, put on some comedies. Laugh. Laughter is a great medicine and improves the cells. And if not, just put your face into a smile. These muscles hit the frontal cortex of the brain. And when we smile, doesn't even matter if you have nothing to smile about. When you smile, the endorphins are released, and the serotonin and the dopamine, and you're going to feel physically better, and you're not even going to know why. It's going to, and Susan Crook, do that. Smile more. Put on some comedies. Victory. Oh, that's perfect. So 6 of Wands is victory on all fronts, Denise. So if you haven't been feeling well lately, I feel like you're going to find the answers, okay? You're going to find the solutions, the answers and the solutions, because this is total victory. Wow. Happily ever after. Okay? Now, I do want you, because I'm seeing the Wands, so, I feel like, I hope you've seen your doctor, and I hope you've gotten your blood work, because cups are the liquids in your body, the fluids in your body. So I feel it could be related to, blood pressure or adrenals, that kind of thing. Yeah, you will be getting some information. This could even mean x-rays or just a solution. So a doctor coming in. I don't feel this is like major surgery. That would be the King of Swords. But I feel like maybe you're going to get an x-ray, or maybe you need an x-ray. You're having trouble breathing, because all of a sudden I just feel like my back hurts, and I want to get some water, because I feel like I can't breathe so well. So let's see. Yeah, and you're going to have to push this with the doctors. Doesn't that stink? But that's what we have to do nowadays. And I tell everybody, when you go in, don't minimize your symptoms, maximize them, because they won't send you for the tests. I could have died 2 years ago if I hadn't been this lady here. Because I told my doctor up front, I said, look, I've already saved my life with the help of my female mentor, Paula, who is an incredible psychic, who told me I needed to persist. So I did. And twice they missed cancer, and I had it. And luckily, one time it was climbing. So it wasn't stage 4 or anything. It was stage 2, I think. But it was still, they weren't going to address it for another year. So you have to be your own advocate. And whatever your symptoms are, make them worse when you go in. Like I said, 2 years ago, had I not, the healthcare here in Tennessee, I can't say enough good about it. I've never seen anything like it, actually. And I've lived in New York. I've lived in Rhode Island. I traveled all through Canada. Forget socialism, guys. I don't care if you're a Democrat socialist. You can keep your healthcare, because it's horrible. And in Europe, I've been to emergency rooms in Europe. Oh my God. Here, it's like going to a country club. It's unbelievable. And test after test after test within a week. And if they hadn't done that, I would have had sepsis. I would have developed sepsis. I was there. Okay, so pay attention, and whatever the symptoms are, make them bigger. For you, though, Denise, I'm going to tell you, these are excellent cards for health. You do have to be your own advocate. You do have victory, happily ever after. Good news is coming in. But after you find out what goes on, something needs to be balanced. balanced or cleared. Yeah, and here's karma. So it's about balancing something in the body. Again, I'm getting some shooting pains. I'm not sure if it's my lungs or my back, but I don't know what that is. And the High Priestess. So sit down, write down all your symptoms, go within, and whatever they are, make them like a little bigger or a little worse than they are. Even like they might be really, you're not feeling well. For you to say that, right? And then make your appointment. Go see your doctor, because I'm not a doctor. I just play one on YouTube. Now, I will give you ideas and tell you to be your own advocate for sure. But make sure you push and push and push. Never take it's your age for an answer. Never. And never take it's your change of life for an answer. Never. Never take, oh, women, blah, blah, blah. Never. Pursue it. Make it worse than it is, and then get the answers you need. Elaine, okay. Elaine Gabalieri. Rough week here. If you could pull a card for my teen son, that would be amazing. He is struggling. Okay, Elaine's teen son. Elaine, can you write his birth sign in? The birth sign for your teen son? I remember reading for your son. You are having trouble breathing. You need an x-ray. That Knight of Swords, get an x-ray ASAP. Okay? I don't think it's nothing they can. I had walking pneumonia. I had no idea. I had pneumonia. I had bronchitis in May last year till July something. I felt great 4th of July, like fantastic. I went for long walks and everything. And then in August, I was exhausted again. It turns out I had pneumonia, and I had it for a long time. I had it for like 3 months. So it does damage. So get to a doctor right away. Elaine Gabalieri. Elaine Gabalieri. Well, Haley, just so you know, I'm going to go back to that question because not all our loved ones, like my dad, he sends pennies once in a while or dimes, but once in a great while. My mother sends hearts, and I know they're from my mother because they showed up on my birthday and I had asked for a specific sign. I got a heart rock. And then, I find them every so often. I find but some spirits tell me, yeah, I don't do all that stuff. And some spirits just do numbers, some just do feathers. But our spirit guides, and we have many spirit guides, and our angels and our archangels goes up, and it's like they work under someone. Like when my friend Paula, who was an incredible psychic medium, incredible. When she was on her deathbed, she said, Diane, I have to leave now because I have to go teach. I'm going to work under Archangel Michael. And boy, did that stick with me. And then as I developed my communication skills, I learned that they work under or with different groups. So it's interesting. So look up Zadkiel, and then I'm going to come back to that in a minute and see if it is anything. This is my youngest son. Okay. Yeah, I got that. I did get that. Your youngest son. What sign is he, Elaine? Just so I know, like, if he comes up with other pages or other knights or kings, I know who's who and what's what. It's just to make my job easier. All right, let me see. Let me go for it. You guys are helping me stretch. strength. Look at that. Well, your mother is with them. Know that. Your mother is right there. Now, if this card comes up, and I'm going to pull this again for Haley, that will then we'll know it was your mother. But you got Archangel Zadkiel, so let's keep going. He's stronger than you think, Mom. Okay, he's stronger than you think. There you are, strength. Yeah, he's in a battle for sure. Have confidence, challenge those in power, stand up for yourself. So with him, it is self-esteem and confidence. Oh, Knight of Swords. Something he's passionate about. He's got to immerse. Four of Pentacles, good balance coming in. I wish this card were upright. Okay, Elaine, it's going to go on for a little while longer. Let me see how long. It's going to go on for a little while longer, but he's got to believe in himself more. It's about his inner strength, standing up for himself. This is communication. Yeah, he's stressed out. Second row. Then a lot of positive things are going to start happening. He's got to get some clarity. If he's on any kind of ADHD medicine or anything like that, I feel it's affecting him in some way. Or maybe he needs that. So I feel like there's a little bit of a chemical something going on. A little bit of, and it could be lack of sleep. It could be as simple as lack of sleep and need some dopamine or, melatonin or something. Oh, of course, consult with the doctor. He's only 16. Now we have the King of Cups. Then things change. King of Cups. Cups. Wands is like instantaneous. Cups. Weeks. He's, by the end of the summer, that seems like an eternity. By the end of the summer, he finds his way. It's going to be a difficult summer. I just feel it's going to be. Yeah. It's about his confidence. He feels like he's stuck. He feels like he can't go where he wants to go, do what he wants to do. And I don't mean just like I want to go to the under 18 nightclub. I'm talking about in life. He's looking at a big picture. This is a smart kid. This is a very smart kid. And I feel that he needs some guidance, and not from you, Mom. I feel like he needs someone to talk to who can put him on the right track, and there may be a need for some kind of medication to balance out this emotional seesaw he's on. He's not on a roller coaster, though. I just feel he's on a teeter-totter, okay? It's like a delicate balance. And he overthinks everything, so he stresses himself out. I got to pull a couple more cards because this is for a 16-year-old kid. And we've got to take better care of our kids, everybody, and everybody else's kids. You got to watch out for them. When I first came to Nashville, we were at a recording studio and we met a woman who was making documentaries on child trafficking. This was 5 years ago. Human trafficking. But she was focusing on the kids. And I said, what are you talking about? Like, we had like a kid on a milk carton, and now there's not hundreds, there's thousands of children around the world being trafficked and hidden out of sight and in danger. Pay attention. If you see them do that sign, call the cops. It's worth it. If you see something odd, ask if they're okay. I did that on the streets of Nashville one night, and because I knew this girl shouldn't have been there, but she was with an adult who didn't look like it was her dad. So you've got to pay attention, and if you see something, say something, because these kids are just disappearing left and right. The UK's got a humongous problem, worse than ours because we're spread out, so we only hear dribs and drabs, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on you don't see. So watch out for your kids. Embrace the mysteries of the cosmos. All right, Elaine, so your son, it's a self-esteem, confidence. He needs that built up. He needs to believe in himself more. How do you do that? It's going to take a little time. Your mother is working on this. He's going to find the inner strength himself. He is, but it's just going to take him a little time. I'd say like July. From now till the end of July, I feel like we're into August before he gets like in his own skin. He's not comfortable in his own skin, and that's got to change. So whatever that's going to take, find strength in surrender, allowing life to unfold with grace and acceptance. He has to accept and love himself first, and then everything's going to fall into place for him. He will have an amazing opportunity to move forward. And let me do it that way, sorry. A lot of fun coming in August. July is going to be the month to sort out his head. There's just too much going on up there, okay? I hope that helps you in some way. I know, it does seem like a week. A couple of days seems like an eternity, right? And especially when, your kid calls and you can hear their voice, or you're with your kid and you see they're not flourishing. It's tough. It's a tough situation. Magnet to Love. Wow, what a great name that is. So all of you single ladies who are looking for Mr. Right, that's the kind of name you got to put up there. Magnet to Love. Love Magnet 999. Whatever. Tell us where you're from. Thanks, Susan. You are my new moderator. Susan is the moderator of my YouTube channel. Okay, here we go. Future career reading. Anything that can help my career path, please and thank you. Magnet to Love. You are from Holland. Oh, my son was just there. He might be there now. He's with the band called Jack's Hollow. I know they played all through the Netherlands, Holland, Berlin, Belgium, Czech, Slovakia, Germany, a bunch of places in Germany. And he comes home Monday, but isn't that something? Somebody from Holland, Magnet to Love. Career. Ooh, the King of Pentacles. Well, this is a nice boss, for sure, unless this is you making the big money. Magnet to Love. This would be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or someone in the workplace who is a compassionate boss, someone really nice to work for. They look out for their people. And if you work for them, oh yeah, there's a big change coming for you. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So I feel you will have a new boss or a new place of employment, a new business. Yeah, it's unexpected too. This is unexpected opportunity. Oh, and then we have the King of Cups. This is getting interesting, Magnet to Love. More opportunity. Someone you can trust. This would be more of a romantic relationship, though. So I feel like this is someone looking to the future with you. And you're taking your time. You want to weigh all your options. Especially with the career, weigh all your options. You will have the options you're seeking out, and then unexpected opportunities. Yeah, stop worrying about money because you're creating resistance in your energy field, okay? You're creating blocks. What is the underlying energy? So you have a grandfather watching over you, so I don't know if your grandfathers have passed. If not, then it would be a great-grandfather, but it's that wise elder energy, and he is helping you move forward. He doesn't want you to get stuck in your head and worried about, am I doing the right thing? Looking for others' approval. Do what you love. Do what you love. You can most certainly pull it off, because look at that card. Okay? They want you to focus on work, not love. Okay? Focus on work, not love. There's someone you might want to even let go of, because look at this opportunity. Oh my God, it goes on and on and on. So let me move these up. These are the opportunity cards. You got the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So it's going to get, I told you have several opportunities, not one. One is unexpected, and there could be two different bosses here too. And I feel these are, of all bosses, these are the two most trustworthy. And this one, the King of Pentacles, is very kind, and the King of Cups is very honest. Okay, but these three cards, the and look what just popped out here. Girl, Magnet to Love. You can pull it off. We're all rooting for you. So you've got all of our energy going at you. And remember, you've got the Ace of Wands. That's from, the hand of God coming to you. And the Eight of Wands is lots and lots of positive opportunities coming your way. And the Three of Wands, I'm going to read it. Planning for the long term. So you may take one job and then go to another, because a better opportunity comes along. And this is abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. This boat has a big opportunity sign on it. So look at that. You are in great alignment. Make sure you check out your reading for mid-year. I posted all the signs mid-year, and June is up. I haven't started on July yet. And holy moly, I better hurry up. I have company all week. July might be a little late. Just thinking about that. Uh-oh. I might be taping tomorrow, but July might be a little late. So look at mid-year. I did do a mid-year, so I'm covered. I got you from June till the end of the year. But Magnet to Love, you're in a good vibe right now. Keep going. Keep your thoughts positive, because you don't want to slow down the energy. When you get a reading, it's like an energy barometer. It's what the energy is available to you. If you're apprehensive, if you don't really believe that, oh yeah, I think that's a lot of crap, or if you don't believe in yourself, you're going to slow it down. Or if you just, maybe your angels, your guides, or the other people involved can slow it down, okay? Because their energy has to play into it as well. So a reading is a roadmap to your success. Like, this is what could happen. Okay, if you stay positive, you keep manifesting, you ask, believe, receive, trust it's coming in. Don't be a haunt. Like, I was really haunting Archangel Michael, because I knew my friend was working for him. And I was always saying, Archangel Michael, watch after my son. Archangel Michael, help me with this. Archangel Michael. The whole move down to Tennessee, Archangel Michael must have heard his name like 9 million times. And then I heard, stop calling me. Call on someone else. I did hear that. And it was like it was like he was teasing me kind of, or my friend was teasing me. But I did hear it, and I said, oh God, I've overworked my welcome. All right, I think I got everybody. And I already told you, like, I got a week ahead of me. So listen, tomorrow is, there's Denise, there's always spirit. Just call them in. They're always with us. Oh, Haley. I had to pull a few cards for Haley about the hearts. And I think it was Haley. Where is she? I said I will pull a few more cards, because I pulled Archangel Zadkiel. You wanted to know who was sending you those. Haley Brown. Is there anyone from the other side who is sending Haley Brown hearts? Is there anyone from the other side sending Haley Brown hearts? And when you want your loved ones around, just ask them. Because, oh, Taurus, Elaine. look up that Taurus reading, mid-year Taurus. It's really good. So he has good energy. Taurus and Virgo, I think, were the two, and Gemini, had the best readings so far this year, every month. June to the end of the year was kind of phenomenal, okay? Pisces is catching up, Aquarius is catching up, Libra is catching up, Scorpio, around their birthday, they'll start to catch up, and Sag around their birthday. Capricorn is the turtle, just going along, not, as my sister would say, she's a Capricorn. I don't have good luck, I don't have bad luck, I have no luck. I just go, but everything's good in her life. She doesn't have any complaints, and she doesn't have any big announcements. She creates her own fun. So, it's interesting. Okay, Haley. Is there anyone else around Haley? Is anyone else around Haley working with Archangel Zadkiel to send her those hearts? I'm looking for the Knight of Pentacles. I am looking for the Strength card. I am looking for any of the Queens or the Kings. Let's see. Or even the Pages. Ten of Swords. Someone left unexpectedly around you, and someone had a and it wasn't an easy life for them, Haley. I just got a glimpse of that. Oh. You have very good karma, planting the seeds, reaping the flowers. There's more than hearts coming to you, too. Maybe you're just in tune to the hearts. Like I was just in tune to the number 222 because that number came up all the time in everything I did, and I knew I had to relate it to my mother. And then when I got the Heart Rock on my birthday, and I had asked her for a different kind of a sign, then I knew it was my mom. My dad, I've asked for things, and but he'll pop in every now and then, right? So it's a little different. He's busy. He's not like into this stuff. But my father-in-law sends feathers in unbelievable ways to my son and me. I've gotten a few, but to my son, like crazy. How did that feather get here? And crazy colors, and they're real feathers. So it's uncanny. So some spirits are just unbelievable. The King of Wands. All right, so it would be someone. This could be a Sag, Aries, Leo, or a dad. Okay, or a dad who's sending you the hearts. A loved one. I don't know if you had a spouse or a boyfriend who passed, but this is somebody who was funny. And I feel that could have been this person, like they died too soon. They died unexpectedly, or they died too soon. And they didn't have an easy life. Like it wasn't all sunshine and roses, but you never knew it because they always had a positive attitude. He's in a very good place now. Yeah, but he's stuck there. 5 of Wands. 3, 6. That's all I got. I got this King of Wands. And I feel that with Archangel Zadkiel, look up Archangel Zadkiel. I bet that's who this spirit guide person is, Archangel Zadkiel, but you knew him as the King of Wands. I hope that helps. All right, everybody, have a very happy Father's Day tomorrow. And like I said, if you don't have your dad anymore, like I don't, or you're not with the dad, or you don't have a son who's a dad, if there are no dads in your life, be the dad. Be the dad and treat yourself to something special, okay? Give yourself some extra love. I have to tell you, I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys. I love how you tune in and you hang in, and you've been going on this journey with me. I don't know where it's going to lead, but I do know that we're all making some great friends, and we're meeting some amazing people. And Magnet to Love, I hope that you join us again. I'm sorry it's so hot there. It's hot in Tennessee too, but we're not in the heat yet. We'll be in the heat soon. We had it a month ago, but we're headed back that way in August. But right now it's been a breeze. It's been in the 80s. I love that. It's when it's 100 degrees every day that I might be a little peaked. So I think I got everybody, and everyone have a wonderful night and have a beautiful day tomorrow. Sending you all love and light. Check out my class, Elevate. It's and check it out on YouTube. I will put the post up here on YouTube as well if I haven't already. Okay, thanks so much for joining. Adios, amigos.